Thanks, fellas. Zach, what about that third quarter? You came out, it almost looked like a mission there. You know, maybe 5 losses in a row.
Yeah.
You know, was it a sense that somebody's got to step up and do something here?
I think coming out of halftime, you know, we felt pretty good about how we were playing, but just we usually end up like giving up the rope in the third quarter or like at the end of the third. So I just wanted to be a little more aggressive. I told Casey the same thing. Just I felt like I was doing good in the first half, but then in the third, I just wanted to try to like pick it up a little bit.
How much of the result of that is, you know, what's been happening, the results lately? You know, had tough losses.
You get to a certain point, you're like, we got to get a win. Playing up and down, you know, we had a really good stretch early on, and then we, you know, really hit a rut. So it feels good to get a win, and we got one more against a really good team. So you know, we you know, hopefully keep the same game plan, keep the same high hopes, and you know, just keep carrying over.
Is that like your mindset coming out at halftime and saying, you know, because you know you're going to be in actions and say, look, I got to, you know, step back 3. You got to do some of these things.
I mean, the first half really gives you the game plan on how they're, you know, they're guarding you, and you know, blueprint of like, okay, how now can I attack? And some games is going out there being not a decoy, but a little bit more like creative for others. And I feel like today was just, you know, try to be a lot more aggressive and try to get us more of a lead.
How about that one Taylor Horton Tucker came out, you know, looking to shoot field goals? We haven't seen this many shots from him lately.
THT is so good. You know, I think we're lucky to have a guy like that on our team. You know, it's been in big time games, won a championship. You know, it's really good to have somebody of that caliber coming off your bench. And whenever he's able to play, helps me out because he's one of the guys that can get to the lane and create a shot for himself or draw the defense. So he gets in the game, let him do his thing. You know, he knows what he's doing. He's a pro.
Zach, first time you've been in double-figure free throws all season. Anything go into that, or just getting calls?
We finally got a couple calls, man. You know, so a couple sweep-through moves. You know, I know DJ a lot. You know, obviously, and then Chris over there. So you know, they're really good defenders and aggressive. Try to use their aggressiveness against them.
I know also that, you know, this is something probably.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah, I know him.
He's all right.
This is probably, you know, something you think about later, but I think you tied Bob Love for the, you know, second most 30-point games in franchise history. Do you look at like where you are in franchise history, where you're creating these marks? You know, one of the probably, you know, franchise has won a lot of championships.
Yeah, I mean,
you're up there with all these statistical marks.
It's really good. I know I've been here for 7-8 years. You continue to climb up those ladders, and you know Bob was great as a Jersey retired. You know, so it's always good to be second to, you know, how many he got.
Yeah, I was gonna say you love these stats. So you just tied Bob with 109. Get somebody the goats
23 got.
Yeah. You're usually
At
pretty
least
good at
500.
this. You know, you're very good at this stuff. You're right
4
on
times
it,
as
man.
many.
537.
537. Yeah. See, like the guy wasn't around. So it's good to be second to them. It's damn near like you at first sometimes.
He never passed.
MJ. Shit, if I was him, I wouldn't.
Zach, what do you think were the major turning points in your recovery that enabled you to play at this level this season and obviously be more available?
Just health and you know, last year, you know, dealing with the injury was tough, you know, and then still trying to battle through it and play. You're not going to be 100%, and I think, you know, that's what you have to deal with, and if you want to go out there and play, it's tough. And then having a good long off season, worked on my body a lot and worked on my mind, and you know, came ready to go. I think that's the main thing. And then when you put that much work in, it's easy. You know, you've done it before. You just go out there and play basketball.
When you take a wider step back, what do you think it's taken to be able to also weather, you know, the periods of uncertainty, trade deadlines, and roster changes, how you get through all
Yeah, I feel like the experience helps you out. You know, I've gone through ups and downs, highs, lows. You know, you can only control what you can, and the thing that you can't control is your mindset of going out there with the team, playing the way you can, playing as hard as you could, and then also, you know, off the court, having a good mindset as well. You know, first and foremost, I'm a husband and a father, so that helps me be in the right mindset every day because they don't care at all. If you're 35, 15, 5, you gotta go home and be there. So I think that always keeps me back in it.
Zach, when you come to LA, usually playing at Staples Center. It's obviously a brand new stadium here. Just wanted to get your thoughts on it.
This place is off the charts. It really is. You know, I pulled in today. We had our own little parking bay. I was like, oh wow, like, you know, the weight room is off the charts. We got the locker room looks like a home locker room. And and then you go out there and the screen is ridiculous. It took a little bit. I think in the first half it took a little bit for me to figure out my depth perception there.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a big arena with the scoreboard out there, but it's beautiful, man. They did an incredible job. It's the best looking and high tech arena I've seen. So.
What do you think of that wall of fans? I mean, you shot some free throws into that in that second half.
I missed 2 in the second half. And, I don't know if it's because of them or it's because they went in and out. So I think they're trademarking it for saying that it's a lower percentage. So
That's what they told us.
One of the answers
What's the
about
key for the
James.
second part of the
Two
season?
more.
What's the key for the second part of the season going to the next part of the season? What's the key for the Bulls to kind of get back into that playoff picture for you?
no more 5-game slides without getting a win, that's for sure. And then, just try to be consistent all 48 minutes. You're never going to be perfect, but try to figure out a way to be as close as you can and not have as many, low moments during the game.
The Clippers are a very good defensive team, even without Kawhi.
Yeah.
They have Zubac. What was the defense giving you out there that kind of made it? I don't want to say easy, but kind of.
It wasn't easy at all. Like I said in the first half, I think I had like 9 in the first. It was just trying to figure out, how they're guarding me. Chris Dunn, one of my good friends I played with, a hell of a defender. Could have been an All-NBA defender a couple times. Derrick Jones Jr. the same way. Norman, really good defender. They made it tough. In the second half, I was able to just get some separation, get some easy baskets at first. And then, I think, traits take over when you start seeing the ball go in.
Zach, you went through some rough times when you first came to the Bulls.
Yeah.
It's a really bad season.
Yeah.
But over the last 3 or 4 years, or this last week or 10 days, has been sort of a low point comparatively with what's going to happen with the team and the opponents you played against.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's going to be ups and downs throughout any NBA season for any team. But whenever you go on a 5-game losing streak, it's tough because then it just feels like the next one isn't coming, and you just got to try to figure out how to do it. But
So was it some urgency?
yeah, we had some urgency for sure, especially with who we're playing and who we're playing next too. Our next 3 games, we got Golden State, and then we come home, we play Philly. So, and they're right behind us. We got to figure out how to get a couple. And I think we did a good job tonight of finally, putting a stop to it.
I just want to ask about James Harden, just what he's able to do at his age.
Exactly.
Obviously struggled tonight, but what do you make of his kind of this offensive run that he's had over the last decade and still being able to do it at his age?
James is retired right now. He's obviously the top 75 player of all time. He's a Hall of Famer. Not allowed. I was talking to Ayo and Cole. I was like, you guys didn't get to see James when he was in Houston. When I was there, it was ridiculous. He couldn't guard the dude. He had one of the fastest first steps for his size. Was so strong, and he still is. And he's such a good passer. He's developed his game into now. Even if he's not scoring the ball, he's such a threat getting either to the line or passing the ball. And you just take your hats off to guys like that. James is 35. He can play this way until he doesn't want to. That's how good he is.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Zach.